Well, I haven't got dressed since I got dressed on Sunday, I suppose, Sunday morning. I've been in bed, horribly ill, a serious flu, could have been COVID. Desperately weak. Two to 3 days of headaches you couldn't get away from. Sore throats that felt they were cutting into your throat. The limbs feeling horrible. You just want to move away from the feeling in the limbs, especially in the legs. Almost reached up at one point. So I was in seclusion in effect, wasn't I? In my room. Nice sunny days. 2 ladies in my household downstairs. Both loving and kind. Just checking on me from time to time. Can I get you anything? Yeah. I didn't really eat for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. And like last time, the first time I had whatever this could be COVID, I don't know. Felt desperately weak for a few days afterwards. The least thing would tire me. In fact, when I still had the symptoms as well, I couldn't get across the room. On the 3rd day, I realised in the morning, someone said, "Oh, how are you?" I said, "Oh, well, I'm improving. But I can't even get across the room. I am exhausted. Just sitting on the side of the bed, I have to lay down again." But apart from the discomfort, which was great, and I was crying out to God a bit, wasn't entirely running with it, although I did my usual practice of thanking God, of course, for it. In trust, you understand. Attempted trust. We do our part, He does the rest. I found that the Kriya breathing actually helped the headache during the nights, long nights when you can't sleep, and the time crawls by, and you're in pain and suffering. And the Kriya breathing would help, but it was hard to have the will to do it, and the energy, of course. And lemon and honey gave slight relief to the throat, but not enough, and not lasting. You had to keep sipping it. And then I had, I think, end of day 2, I took a throat lozenge which has a couple of antibiotics in it. Didn't suck the lozenge for long, just long enough to have it start to affect my throat for good. And that was a great relief, a great benefit. And the feeling in the limbs, well, it just came and went. Came and went. The aches, muscle and back aches, just aware of. And all 3 or 4 things together just just too much. But sometimes I could just listen to the recordings. Sometimes too exhausted to listen. That's no good. And then, mid-morning on the third day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I suddenly felt better. Throat gone, headache gone, feeling in the muscles gone. Aches, not much of them anyway. All gone. The contrast. Such a blessing. Thank you, Dad. Come back again towards evening, coughing again, and as you can tell now, I've still got the cough, and the voice is very deep. There's a lot in the throat. Can't do anything about it, can't shift it. It'll shift. I should remember now I'm more mobile to do shoulder stand during the day, or reverse posture yoga. It drains the lungs, and it's the one way of clearing. I don't mean I don't mean instantly and completely, as you can tell. But it works over a series of a few days. So I'll do that. And of course it's been when I've had freedom from the symptoms troubling me too much. It's been a great time with God. He's had me in seclusion. And that's been all right, because I didn't choose it. He chose it for me. That's quite different. Do you see? You need to be ever thinking, what's God choosing for me here? Oh, I didn't expect this. This is to be experienced. Thank you, Dad. How can I run with this? I want to get the fullness out of it. He's gone to all the trouble of arranging this for me, for a reason. May I learn quickly, Lord, that I may fall into your arms, your embrace, always in fullness of life. Oh gosh, it's at 3 in the morning at the minute. I hope my coughing doesn't keep the lady downstairs awake, who's not quite but virtually under my bedroom, you know. The other one's further away. Oh yeah, one of the ladies, she's sorting out her book collection, and they're not read by anyone, so she's going to throw most of them out. Actually, not most of them, no, but a lot, a good few piles. Probably 70, 80 books there. She's considering take anything out you want. And I thought, well, if nobody reads them, I don't want them either. And I thought, well, I'll sort through them. There was Sadhu Sundar Singh, little paperback book on top. Oh, well, I'll keep that one. And one thing led to another, you know. And, gosh, if I haven't kept more than half of them, I'm surprised. I put them on the shelves that I'm not really using in Aria's room, and she doesn't mind not using them anyway. Blessings like that. I remember on something like day 2, the other lady said, "Can I get you anything to eat? Would you like hash browns?" "Oh, yes, please." Somehow I thought I could hash browns, tomatoes and cucumber. I don't eat tomatoes, but I thought, well, who knows, it might murder this plague I'm suffering from. I'll eat most of the tomato as well. And these two ladies were so loving towards me. Bless them. So blessed. I suppose I should remind myself it's just God choosing whoever He will to love and care for you. But they were doing it in their own right too. And that was lovely as well. Thank you, Dad. The right thing at the right time. And then somewhere around, was it Thursday? The other lady says, can I get you anything? And I said, oh yes, special C supplement, Lipo C I wanted. I know that's the best way of getting vitamin C into the body. That's easily available to us. And I said, I'll reimburse you. She bought it, and I said, what do I owe you? She said, no. And the lovely thing was she'd been given 4 times as much money by someone who appreciates all she does. And I realised, that's good. So she wants to pass a bit of it on to Marshall. Oh, good girl. How lovely. So, I got this very expensive supplement, about $60. And tastes vile. God dear. But anyway, again I felt so cared for. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for your care. And of course it was sunny. So when it wasn't too strong, the sun, I had a bit of sunbathing. Just what you want, just to lay in mild sunshine. I come in when it gets too strong. After 20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah. Sometimes longer if the sun's not strong. I've got a little balcony off my bedroom, you see, where I can sunbathe in privacy. Amazing facility, really. And I've got the upstairs to the house. I rent it. Gives me a spare room for my little girl when she does stay with me or come. Lovely. And of course I've done some recordings, as you can see. The ones before this. Yeah. I don't know, the last. Probably going to be the last 20 or so. Could be more. I've been done during these 5 or 6 days as well. Oh, yes. It's 3:18 in the morning. I've just realised it's Saturday morning, isn't it? I mean, I don't think I'm going anywhere, don't get me wrong. But yeah. Thank you, Dad. When the body's ill, it automatically takes what it needs to recover, because recovering fast is important. So it will go, if necessary, to the limit of what it can take to get better. So, Marshall couldn't get across the room even. He's so weak. He has to lay down. And he can't eat. He's not thinking of eating. It's not that he's going without. He's just not eating. Didn't think of it for days. apart from when the lady offered, and I had a hash browns. That was nice. And yeah, so don't be surprised that in spite of probably robust health like I have normally, I mean, the last time I was ill was a couple of years ago, when the first COVID round was going, and very similar to what I've had just now. But again, like flu, I mean, flu seems, you know, it's flu, it's not bubonic plague, is it, you know? But it's absolutely overwhelming at the time. I used to get far worse headaches when I got flu in England. I would get flu at one point, I remember, alternate years in winter. And I knew what to expect, and it was lighter than what I've experienced these 2 times here, in that I don't remember this exhaustion, and I would have remembered that. But on the other hand, well, the throat was bad this time. Worse than last. But the headache wasn't as bad as last time, I think, and wasn't anything like as bad as in England. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And this time I wasn't sick, whereas first time here, a couple of years ago, I was sick. I'm reaching up a little while, yeah, for quite a while. So, you know, in as far as you can, and that's not easy with the suffering that goes with it, the pain, discomfort. And I really mean it is not easy, but as far as you can, embrace the fact that the body is giving you all these symptoms as a consequence of the best way of recovering that it understands to be the case. So you try and live with it. This cough sounds very bad now, but it's no problem at all compared to those first 2.5 days. You know, the general discomfort of those first 2.5 days was far more serious than a lingering cough. And this cough lingered for at least a week, probably 10 days, the last time I had the illness. But apart from that, you see, I don't think I've been ill at all. In fact, I've been hardly ever ill in New Zealand. And I've been here 27 years. Well, 1996 I came here, 27 years. So I would say, 76 or not, I'm in robust health. Apart from these couple of occasions. There must have been 1 or 2 others, but I can't remember them. They weren't that severe. Whereas I can remember these 2, no problem. So, sufficient to say, don't be surprised if you feel terribly ill when you are ill. It doesn't mean to say that you're a health wreck. It just means the body is extremely good at getting on with repairing, and will take all resources available to do it to the limit. And you may feel it goes across the limit, and you may in consequence cry out to God to ease things. And it might not come in the first hour or a couple of hours, but certainly seems to come. Thank God. I found it very difficult to sleep, and the night would just drag. The day would drag. I'd try and lay down and sleep, and you would have thought, well, he's exhausted, he'll sleep easily. Nope. He's just there to enjoy the pain. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Dad.